Say hi, Bubba. Say hi, Bubba. I don't know why, but the Kate Bush song has been popping in my head all day today. Run up the hill, you know. And even though the song, right, the song, the story of Sisyphus. Hold on, I gotta get rid of that. Sorry. All of these allegories, right, for putting in the work. But then if you think about it, are these analogies for the minority, right? And not the majority? Like, are they? Hold on. Okay. Ooh, my eye. Sorry, I had an itch. Because if you truly. Sorry, Bob. Sorry. You know, they say just do it. Like, don't look before you leap. But if you don't look, you could end up getting bit in the fucking armpit by a damn spider like 8 times on your right side and 3 times on your left. And that's just from being responsible, cleaning up your backyard. So yeah, that's why we're here right now. It made me sick. Dude, you got bit in the armpit? How did you not have a heart attack? Well, obviously they weren't that venomous, if that's the case, right? But anyways, let's talk about this. All these references to putting in the work, right? But if you look, because we like practical application around here, that's what makes it believable. Because I'm too old, I'm too tired, right, to buy into anybody's bullshit. Politicians, oligarchs, religion, scientists. We love science around here, but we hate scientists. All of these things, because all of these things do not operate off of proof anymore. You know how they used to say the proof is in the pudding? That stopped being the case a long time ago. A long time ago. Now it's go on faith. Oh, I'm the smart one. I'm the expert. Believe me. I'll believe you if you show me practical application. And then religion likes to be, oh, what about this and that and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you're just ripping off of somebody who discovered it way before you, and you're trying to invent a book that says that you discovered it first. Here, listen to our story about this person. When it's just an allegory for mental health, or you know, putting in the work, rolling that fucking boulder up the hill so you can hit the crescendo of the peak, and then letting the work speak for itself on the way back down, because everything's been locked into place. But that is, it's a fair and serious question. Like, because if you actually think about it, if you actually stop and put in the research, you will see, in all actuality, nothing's really changed since the 70s. They use music to make us good little sheep. They use spirituality to make us good little sheep. They use religion. Everything you can think of, they literally divide us off and place us in a nice little box with other boys and girls who think and feel the same way. Okay, if they act like this, we know how to control them over here. If they act like that, we know how to control them over here, so on and so forth. And for all of everybody stomping their feet and screaming, "I'm smart, I'm gifted, I'm special." Are you really? What have you done to fucking prove it? Have you put the work in? Have you chosen? Because it's not about what other people say. Oh, you're not good at this yet. It don't matter. You can literally start today, and as long as you put in the work, as long as you have the discipline, as long as you put the structure into place, and as long as you start rolling that damn boulder up the damn hill, you will be an expert in literally no time flat. Will you have a fancy little paper that everybody can say, "You're an expert, yay"? No. Never. But considering that literally, actually even to this day, some of the biggest experts in the world, do they have a degree saying that they're the best? Or is it the time that they put in rolling that goddamn boulder up the goddamn hill, putting in the work so it can pay off later? Where's your fire? Where's your discipline? Where's that strong-willed nature to make anything happen? You can do anything you set your mind to. You don't need a 200 IQ. You don't need a 173 IQ. You can be a basic intelligence. And as long as you take the steps, and as long as you stay focused, you can do anything. That is the beauty of the human experience. It doesn't matter what your parents say. It doesn't matter what your family says. It doesn't matter what your civic leaders say. It doesn't matter what your politicians say. It doesn't matter what the people who really own the world say. If you have a sharp, defined vision of something that you want for yourself, and as long as you aren't mentally childish and you allow yourself to swerve, you allow yourself the nuance to understand, and not everything turns out exactly the way you think it will. Because I think that over everything is what gets a lot of people stuck. And it's the proof is in the pudding, right? That is the proof right there that they've literally kept us mentally on the level of a child. Because a child will have this idea in their head about what they want. And if it doesn't come exactly true the way that they want it, they will stomp their feet. They will smash the blocks down to the point where they have to start all over again instead of just rearranging things to get back into alignment, right? There are so many things that we've talked about on here. There's so many things that we've illustrated that on the dichotomy of life, right? Duality. You have to take the sweet and the sour. We are capable of such extraordinary things, but because we live in a civilization that has always required you to bow down to another motherfucker because they need to feel special, because they're threatened by somebody that has a truly unique gift. We allow it. We allow dogma to dictate what we do. You know, like you can scroll through YouTube or TikTok or anything like that, and you'll have just an equal amount of people being like, wait for the right time. There is no right time, you just have to jump. Now, each of those on their own, depending upon where you were born, who you were born to, your personality, the way your thought patterns coalesce up inside that head of yours. Hopefully it's not as big as this one. It's annoying having an alien head, let me tell you that. It's like, hey Arnold, football head. Have you ever seen an alien head? Like, but you have to allow nuance. You have to not buy into the bullshit. Because like we've been illustrating, there's a little bit of a lie in every truth, and there's a little bit of a truth in every lie. It's up to you to determine which is which. And just because it doesn't work for you doesn't make it a lie completely, because it might work for somebody that exact way. It's just you have to truly sit down and figure out who the hell you really are, and due to that, how this world, this universe actually responds to you. Are you somebody that can go through life unfocused, willy-nilly, literally just embracing it moment by moment and not really having a defined outcome? Is that the path that works for you? Or are you somebody that has to sit down and put in that hard work, put in that grind, you know, really take it seriously, because any other way the universe doesn't respond to you? That's why I try my best. I try my best for whoever shows up to watch these. I try my best to make sure that everything that comes out of my mouth is 100% factual. The only problem is we live in a world, we live in a society where everybody wants it microwaved. They want the work done for them and put on a plate and handed to you like when you were a kid. Again, and you mentally think you're an adult? I mean, 99.9999999. You want the easy way. You don't want the hard path. You don't want to put in the work to actually get where you want to go, to get everything to pay off for you. You don't want to suffer. You don't want to strain yourself. Now let me let you in on a teeny tiny secret. Anybody that's succeeded in life, truly succeeded, not the like boy band example of like they were already formed, it was already written down that they were going to have hits, we'll say in the 80s and 90s, whatever, right? There are things that are manufactured that they make you think are real that aren't. And then there's the there's the rock band that doesn't blow up until their band members are in their like late 30s, 40s. They put in the work, they put in the grind, they dedicated themselves so heavily to mastering their craft. Most people want the easy way. They want the manufactured way because they mentally and sometimes physically don't have the fortitude to endure what needs to be endured for you to be successful. You have to suffer in life for anything to pay off. And the more you suffer, not needlessly, keep that in mind. You have to suffer for what you want, but it can't be needless suffering. That is your own ignorance at that point. You have to stay focused. You have to stay driven. You have to stay disciplined. You have to... All of that good shit that you hear repetitively on here. You have to want to fail. You have to wake up every day prepared to die. Like Bruce Lee said, you must master the art of dying. Because only by removing that fear can you move through it and truly attain what you really want. Most people only try once. Do you guys realize that? Most people only try once to roll that boulder up the damn hill. And they might get halfway, and they might slip, and they might lose that boulder, and that boulder rolls all the way back down, and they gotta go back down. Most people just sit at the bottom, sit against the boulder, and say, and never do it again. But it's that one that is so driven, that is so obsessed, that learns every single time they want to fail, because every failure teaches them something new. Okay, I got to here, we did this wrong. I'm going to shift my weight this way. We're going to push it that way. Let's see if it worked. Oh, it worked. We're going to go up. We're going to go up. Okay, we're slipping. We're slipping. Oh, shit. I'm going to start all over. And the ones willing to go back to the bottom and be like, all right, let's get it back up to that point. But we have been conditioned for literally, and I am not shitting you, 103 years now. Open your ears, open your brains, absorb this. We have literally been conditioned for 103 years now. It's like religion back in the day. You know, when Christianity was made the overall religion of the Holy Roman Empire, or the Roman Empire turning into the Holy Roman Empire, they knew the generation that was there, the next generation after that, and the generation after that, were going to put up a fight. But after that, these people are born and indoctrinated into the system. They won't question. They won't guess. They won't stand out. They'll just go along with it. Hello, McFly. Are you home? We have been conditioned to be smart enough to do the job, but not smart enough to actually do anything about it. We were made a very long time ago to be docile little sheep. 1913, 113 years ago, was the very first time America taxed its occupants. It was never supposed to happen again. And then 10 years later, we're taxing you all the time now. Well, wait. Why? And we've been born into this system to where no one actually wants to do the work. If you do, kudos to you. But if you actually look it up, do you know how many freedoms they took away from us? Both knowingly that we've given up and unknowingly. State tax should have never been a thing. Federal tax should have never been a thing. You can thank Rockefeller and Rothschild for that. We have been born and indoctrinated into this system where the truth could walk up to you, slap you in the face, and you wouldn't know the fucking difference. It would be so foreign to you what actual real freedom looks like. It would probably scare you. Because we've been conditioned to not want to do that kind of work. To not even just be successful, but to carve out a place for ourselves. And the people that are able to break that conditioning and actually put in the work and actually make something for themselves. The system. The system makes sure to buy their souls very, very fast. Jeff Bezos was not Jeff Bezos before COVID. Think about that. So, what is it that you truly want to do with your life? What plan do you have? What structure have you built a foundation out of to get started? What is your discipline in order to get yourself there? And are you obsessed enough? Are you driven mad enough with the desire to succeed and to succeed in the right way and be uncompromising and unflinching in the face of a bunch of motherfuckers that just want to take advantage of you so they don't have to do the work? Think about it.